All right guys, so in this video I am going to share basically deconstructing this layout that you see here. And I have not adhered any of my elements down on the background page yet, but I'm going to basically just pull each piece apart and then share kind of some of the thoughts as I was creating this layout. So to start off with, I did use the Nature Walk set, and all of these pieces come in one set, and you can of course change the paper and the look changes with it. So it was fun to kind of pull in, you know, some of these more feminine patterns to create this layout of my twin daughters. So to start off with, of course, just kind of looking at this page and deconstructing it. Basically what I did is I started of course with the borders. I went with a cross pattern, meaning they just go across your page. And so with the borders, you'll want to find the side that pairs. In this case, if you're doing a 2-page layout, your number 9 will go on the left and number 10 in the Nature Walk will go on the right. And so you'll see that that will be placed down there at the bottom. And I liked just having this clean platform for the photos to kind of be displayed. The reason why I chose an across design is because you can see my photos, they were all vertical 4x6s. And so usually when I have a lot of vertical pictures, a kind of straight across design usually works really great for accommodating for that. Of course, after I put my photos or my borders down, I did double check to make sure I could fit all my pictures and how I would like to arrange those. I did a 4x6 here, a 4x6 here, and then of course one here. And with these other two 4x6s, I did go ahead and trim those down from the 4x6 size they were to 3x4s. So these two pictures right here that are tucked into basically this straight design across the bottom of our pages are 2 3x4s. So easy to kind of take another picture if you needed another place for it. Here I'm just gonna, like I said, this is not placed down, but just to kind of show how you could adjust design to even maybe fit one more in there, for example. So if you have a lot of vertical 4x6s, this could be a good design for layout for those pictures. Okay, so I didn't have any more. This is the pictures that I had, so I kind of just focused on those. Once I had my pictures laid down, the border, then I just took the embellishments that come in this kit and I just started to play with them to kind of see where I could fill in any of those spaces to kind of course, and dress it up, right? So accessories, embellish it, add a little bit aesthetically to it, and just bring the page to life. So to start off with, I decided to go ahead and tuck in this piece right here because I did have a slight spacing here because I was only using 2 pictures. And so I kind of moved that to the right and then just had this kind of be heavy on the left side of those pictures. And so I layered that. That's going to give us this little foundational piece that is great for adding a little cluster or other layers on top of. It really grounds it, the design, it grounds it so it doesn't feel like it's floating. And so I really love that about this one. There's like so many ways you can use this design. You can use it as a bracket, you can use it as a tuck, you can use it as a matting. I mean, there's so many ways. But for this specific layout, I did use it as a tuck for that background for my flower to kind of be displayed and just give it a little bit of a focal point over here on this side of my page. And then of course I just layered the nature number 7 and number 2 to create my flower. And then after that, I just tucked in a variety of little leaves. So number 3 and number 1 from the set. I actually cut 2 number 1s here on that. And this was just a sticker that I had. They're like silver. So I pulled in the silver because there's a little silver vibe going on in this paper. And so I went through my little accent stash and pulled out some of these cute little pieces that I threw in to give it touches of that silver. On the right side, I kind of did this right-left balance. You know, I could have done inside here, but then it would have been left and left. So I just kept it on the outside of the edges of my photo frame here. And I took the jar, traced it out of a title card for this kit that I had, but great place, you can kind of just dress it up. Whether you add a title, I don't think a title is needed to every page, can be a great place for journaling. And so those really gave a nice little decorative touch to the page. And of course, Nature Walk number 4. And I plan to add a little date and place on this as well. Other than that, I just pulled in the flower. So number 2, I wanted some florage, you know, some flower kind of balanced across the page, because I kind of added that floral touch, right? And so naturally I just took the number 2 and I wanted them to kind of be coming out of this pot, which really works for these two. They love flowers and plants and all of this. So I just wanted some flowers coming out of this pot. And so I got 2 more of those and then just punched a circle out of it for the middle. And so I just took my circle punch and punched that little, I don't even know, 1/2 inch circle out of my punch to put in the center there. So that was really cute. And the beauty of it is they already coordinate because I'm just cutting them out of my paper. So the overall coordination is in the paper. So I love that my embellishments will coordinate. And then you'll see here, let me take this kind of away so you can kind of see. You know, a lot of times we have these like white spaces, as they call it, right? And sometimes we want to maybe, you know, if my photos were horizontal, I could have cut them this way, or, you know, whatever way to kind of fill in that space. But I really loved the straight across look. And so for me, another alternative is to kind of keep it an open feel. And the butterflies are perfect for that open vibe, but it's not like, it doesn't feel like a void, right? Like you have a void of a space. And then I just threw in some of these little things that I had that I was playing around with as far as stickers from my stash. And so easy to kind of just fill in some of these spaces. I might even come in here and do a little enamel dots just to kind of cluster a little bit around there decoratively. And that's all it is really for decorative reasons. But for the most part, that's how this page came together. It was pretty simple, easy to do, and the patterns were really nice. They just kind of had like a soft feel already about them. And then of course, if I cut something like, for example, this cranberry, which was in her dress, I cut it out the big one, I cut a small one over here out of a cranberry touch too. Light pink, green, green. So I did keep that in mind as I was going about this page. I used the cream here and the cream here pattern. And then as far as matting, well, I guess I matted this picture here. So this is a 4.5 by 6.5. And I did mat that, and I do like how it kind of pokes underneath this strip that keeps that clean straight edge going across the page, but I liked how it kind of gave it a layer cluster there. You don't have to do that. You could tuck it straight behind the border if you want the very clean edge to the layout. But I love seeing those layers kind of poke through. And then over here, basically I took a 6 by 6 square, and then I tucked it down underneath, and then I folded the corner over, and it just didn't quite have the vibe with the corner fold over. It felt a little bit lacking in its, you know, structure. And so I just added another little squared from my scrap of colored paper, and I tucked that under and then trimmed off the edges so it looked like it had a 2 fold in the corner. So let me see if I can pop that open. So that's, the black is on the back of the squared paper, but then I just added this little corner piece with some scraps of paper and then tucked that under there so that it did have a 2-layer from the fold over on the corner. So that is a close look at this layout using just the Nature Walk set. That's all I stuck to on this set, and then the set in itself has lots of variations as far as layering techniques. Well, what layers together, right? The pieces, the designs that layer really beautifully together, as you can see here. And of course, the moment you change that paper, that look really does change with it. Here's actually really quickly another layout just to kind of show that. Same designer templates, different paper, and that look kind of adjust with, of course, whatever paper or pictures or vibe that you're going for. So I really love the Nature Walk set. It's super fun, really easy to design with, to layer with overall, and fun way to, of course, pull in your beautiful patterns to kind of express your creative touch towards those memories that you're scrapbooking. Thanks guys so much for watching. And of course, if you're looking for more ideas, jump into the community over at kiwilane.com. And until next time, keep playing to create. Thanks again. Talk soon. Bye now.